AFL fans, are you ready for week 1 of tipping? It does sound like that is the first week, but it's not because the AFL did a stupid round 0. Makes no sense. Let's get on with round 1. As we are talking about round 0, or the opening round, we are going to look back at the results from last week. So we're going to see how I did and then how others in the league did. And we're going to see how many are actually joining the competition on Super Brew. So on Thursday the 7th, we had Sydney Swans, my boys, against the D's. Yes, what a start. It was one of those games that, a lot of these games could have gone either way, right? So in this situation, you've got Sydney, yes, they're playing at home, but last few years, the D's have been very strong and consistent. However, the Swans, they were pretty good. I don't think it was the greatest of games, but I picked Swans to win by 12. They actually won by 22, which was a fantastic result for us against the D's. And so that means I get the point for the correct result. And I think it's half a point for the close score. So that's a really, really good start. That's sort of when it went downhill from there. These are the games that really could have gone either way, and they did go either way. So we had on Friday Brisbane Lions versus Carlton, and I said something very stupid. It went along the lines of, Brisbane win most of their games at home, I'm told. Well, how did that work? Because, wow, for starters, I just want to say, 10%, only 10% of people went for Carlton. That is crazy. They were, what, 40 odd points behind, and they managed to pull it back to win by 1 single point. So look, fair play to Carlton. Fantastic, well done. Absolutely brilliant, well done. So Brisbane 85, Carlton 86. The only plus side is not many people will get points from that. I did Brisbane to win by 18. They lost by 1, therefore I get nothing. Then on Saturday, we move over to the next 2 games. We had Gold Coast Suns versus Richmond. I predicted a Richmond win. I predicted a small win. And people were saying, no, you will be surprised with the Gold Coast Suns this year. And it was one of those ones I wasn't sure. I really wasn't sure. I didn't think Richmond would win, but I thought it would be closer. I did a Gold Coast win by 6, but they romped away by 39 points. Fantastic result from them. I think Richmond really are going to struggle this year. They're certainly not going to make top 8. Will the Gold Coast Suns? That's the question. Then Giants versus the Pies. This was a shock. This was a shock. Actually, I say it's a shock. It was a shock for me because there is the whole thing of how well does the reigning champions do the following year. We've seen it already. Last year with the Geelong Cats, but Collingwood, they went to Sydney and they got defeated. I went 12 points to Collingwood, however, GWS won by 32. Well done, GWS. First of all, thank you so much for the 126 people that have joined the Super Brew competition this year. That is fantastic and incredible, and that will help to make a really, really good league this year. So let's get seeing where people are at the moment, any kind of big scores. And straight away, Shrek the Third, he gets the golden hat. Clearly, he is top. He gets the golden hat for the week. I think it was 3 correct, 1 wrong. It was. A bonus point, match point. It did okay. No one got 4 out of 4. And that shows, considering there's only 4 games, that shows actually how tricky it was. Going down, Nab Tab, Swanee Steve, Stinky Pinky, Metal King are in the top 5. Where am I? I like the people with pictures. Samster, Azimus, well done. Thank you for having a picture. Felix, Jackson is in 30th, last year's winner. Oh my God. Cow is in 43rd. SMCPI is in 44th. I am also in joint 44th with 2.5 points. So that would mean I got the 1 point for result, another point for result, and the first game got me half a point. So I'm doing that. Let's see who has got the wooden spoon. Going down, going down. We've obviously got some new people in here that didn't join in the first week. Oh no. Richmond 2017. That is embarrassing. For this week's games then, let's get started. On Thursday, it is at the MCG. Carlton versus Richmond. There is only one winner here. Surely, after Carlton's fantastic comeback. Yes, they started slow, but after their fantastic performance in that second half, they will be confident. Surely they will be confident. I don't think much for Richmond. This should be a fairly comfortable win for Carlton, I think. So all those haters of me that say they're boring, watch this. Just watch this, guys. Carlton to win by 30 points. Yeah, you're gonna like me. You're gonna like me, Carlton fans, I promise. Next up, on Friday the 15th, MCG again. Collingwood versus the Swans. Come on, Swans. Collingwood are going to go 2 defeats in a row. Yeah, their victory at the grand final is going to be their highlight for a while, because Sydney Swans, I know they're away at MCG. I know that. I know they perform better at home. Sometimes they're not consistent. Anyway, players like Grundy, wow. There was a real focus on Grundy, wasn't there? And he really did show what he could do. I'm very, very impressed. Swans by 10. Oh, I did 11 then. Yeah, screw it. Let's keep it 11. Let's keep it at 11. Okay, we got this. Okay, next. Saturday 16th. MCG again. Essendon versus Hawthorn. Okay, this is their first game. First game of the season. Hawthorn are rubbish. Sorry, I know that is controversial. Actually, it might not be controversial. Anyway, Essendon, I know Essendon do mess up quite a bit, but Essendon are going to win this. I'm going to do Essendon by 12. I just don't think Hawthorn have the quality. I think Essendon are going to hope that they start like they did last year, at the start of last season. Wow, they were brilliant and just plummeted and didn't do well enough in the end. But I still think they have more quality than Hawthorn. So I'm going Essendon winning by 12. Next up, Giants Stadium. 2 games in a row at Giants Stadium. This is an ideal start for the Giants, right? Now, I do think North will do better than they did last year. They probably finish maybe a place or 2 higher, because I think Eagles are still awful and are still the worst team in the league. I'm going to go GWS. That I think they're going to win easy here. Well, yeah, the thing is, I say they're going to win easy. They are at home. They've come from a really good performance. I feel bad for North. This is my problem. I always feel bad for North. They're one of those teams that you can't really not like. Do you know what I mean? It's like my team, Southampton. We may be rubbish, but it's hard to dislike us unless you're a Portsmouth fan. Anyway, yeah, I'm going GWS by 40. Sorry, North. Next at the GMHBA Stadium. I think they've now finished their stand behind the goals, if I'm correctly, and I think they've got some standing seats. Standing seats? That makes no sense. Geelong versus St Kilda. Now, Geelong at home. They really did not finish the season well last year, did they? They really stop-start season. It was not good. Saints, like Essendon, they started very, very well. This is anyone's game, really, isn't it? This is anyone's game. I'm going to go Saints. Yeah, I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to do Saints by 6. I don't think Geelong have improved enough. I think Saints possibly have done a little bit more. I think they're more on the up than Geelong. So yeah, it's Saints by 6. Then we're going to go, this is what I pronounced wrong last week, I'm so sorry, the Carrara Stadium in Carrara. Carrera, something like that. Anyway, Carrara or Carrera, one of them. Gold Coast versus Adelaide Crows. Now, yes, it is in Gold Coast territory. But are the Crows going to be good enough? They finished very well last year. Yes, I know, it should have been a goal, but it wasn't. Anyway, can Gold Coast get 2 wins in a row? No, they cannot. Crows are going to win by 10. Crows going to be win by 10. I think they've got to push on from last year. This is the team, this is the team that's really got to push on because, they're building almost one place each season over the last couple of years. So they've got to push on and they've got to try and get into the top 8. Otherwise, there's no real sign of progress, is there? So I'm going to say Adelaide by 10. Then Sunday, MCG again. I'm using this graphic a lot. Melbourne versus the Bulldogs. Will the D's fire back? Because I don't think the D's were very good against Swans. That's an issue. And obviously now Bulldogs are an unknown. This is the thing. First game of the season for teams. It's an unknown, right? You saw that in the opening round, round 0. Will the D's bounce back? I think they probably will. I don't see them losing. I know they're not necessarily going to be as strong possibly as last year, but I still don't see them losing many back-to-back. So I am going to go with the D's by 10 as well. I think 10's a good score this week. I think it's conservative. Then at the beautiful Adelaide Oval, I have been there last year. Go check out the vlogs on Charlie and Rob. There's a massive Australian playlist, Charlie and Rob, on YouTube, or you can go to charlieandrob.com. Anyway, let's back to this. Adelaide, Port Adelaide versus West Coast Eagles. Port, will they perform the way they did last year? Will the West Coast Eagles perform the way they did last year? Yes, to the latter at least. I think it's going to be an easy win for Port. If West Coast, West Coast are going to be bottom of the league. They are going to be bottom of the league. I will eat my hat, as the saying goes. So, Port, do we go huge? Do we go huge? Yeah, screw it. Let's go huge. Port Adelaide by 50. 50 points. Unbelievable, Jeff. Okay, last one. Optus. I love the Optus. It is one of my favourite stadiums. You can also check that out on Charlie and Rob. Fremantle versus Brisbane. It's annoying. Fremantle were a team that I predicted to do quite well last year, and they flopped big time. Will they do better? Some certainly think they do. I don't think they will do much better. I think Brisbane will bounce back. So I'm going to go a Brisbane win by 20. I think that last result of theirs is really going to ruffle some feathers. So there we have it, the picks for this week. Carlton to win by 30, Swans to win by 11, fair enough. Essendon to win by 12, Giants to have a big win by 40, Saints to win by 6, Crows to win by 10, D's to win by 10. Port Adelaide are going to have an absolute destruction, and they are going to destroy West Coast Eagles by 50. And then to finish off the week, we've got Brisbane to win by 20. They are my picks for this week. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you disagree. I'll be watching along this week, so have a fantastic weekend of AFL. Make sure you catch next week's video where I see how we did, where we are all in the table, and round 2's picks. I'll catch you next.
For the fakeness, if you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.